Welcome back everyone to another video on what the development was like on past Rockstar games, and in this one we're going to be talking about the development of Manhunt, and this is all from an ex-Rockstar dev, someone who worked on these titles in Rockstar North. So in 1999, two teams moved from Dundee, DMA Design, to Edinburgh. The team that had made Space Station Silicon Valley went on to make GTA 3. The team that previously made Body Harvest for the Nintendo 64 went on to work on Manhunt. He says he was not directly involved with the game until the very end, but he gave us some observations. The design was mostly done by the team itself. Dark undertone was there from the start. Initially, there were some very ambitious ideas for the AI. The hunters were to be organised in groups of 4. The hunters would have a leader, a sergeant, and the leaders would communicate with each other. The player would have a radio and be able to follow the conversations. If a hunter spotted the player or something out of place, he would report this to his superior. Then the superior would make a decision on the course of action and give orders to his men, as well as inform the other hunter group. The AI could, for example, do a sweep of the room where the player was detected. The level designers would only have to set up the hunters and their command structure. Then it would be a game of cat and mouse between the player and the hunters. Now unfortunately, this never quite materialized. After 2 years, the programmer pushed the idea, and writing the AI left the company and the idea was abandoned. The game, as it eventually shipped, contains a watered down version of these ideas. The player still has a radio and can still hear conversations, but it is scripted now, and much of the hunter AI is too. For a long time, Manhunt used a first person perspective. This was at a time when many games were first person and 3D person hadn't been the default yet. Manhunt in first person was a bit more immersive, but moving around was a lot harder. It was hard to latch onto ladders, for instance, and when going up ladders, you had no idea what was happening behind you. You could lean left or right with the shoulder buttons, allowing you to look around corners. He also says, is that still there? He's not sure. He also goes on to say, quite late on during development, Leslie Benzies made a decision to switch to third person, and after that, everything got better. Manhunt used renderware, just like GTA 3, but they rendered their level using binary space partitioning trees, BSP. This is a great technique for indoor levels, as it reduces the amount of overdraw. Rooms behind walls being rendered even though they're not visible. A problem with BSPs is that they take a long time to generate. Often, the level artists had to let their computers process their level overnight. If there was only a tiny hole in the geo anywhere, the BSP would be ruined and they would have to do it all over again. During development, there were quite a few design changes and technical problems. This made it hard for everyone, but particularly the level designers. They didn't have a stable game to work with. For a long time, the game would freeze for a second every time a new hunter was created. This meant all hunters had to be created at the start of the level, which isn't ideal. It felt like Manhunt was stuck in development hell, and it was hard going for the team. They kept at it though, and eventually powered through to the other end of the tunnel. For the last 2 months or so, half a dozen people from the GTA team joined Manhunt to fix bugs and optimize. Obi, the ex-dev who wrote this blog, also ported some of the visual effects he was working on at GTA, and that's why Manhunt has the same papers lying around everywhere. Similar lens flares and pickups. It was clear from the start that Manhunt was aiming for an 18 mature certificate. Since this was the case, Rockstar New York were keen to emphasize and explore the dark themes. The game was called Manhunt right from the start. At some point, Rockstar New York decided it sounded too much like a dating thing. The team and New York tried new names for several months, but nothing better came up and it was back to the original name. The game came together exceptionally well. The team had designed and implemented an atmospheric gem. It still has loads of fans today. After Manhunt was done, the teams were merged. The Manhunters jumped from the chaos and stress of finishing their game right into the chaos and stress of finishing San Andreas. So that's what the development was like on Manhunt from Rockstar North, according to this ex-dev who used to work at Rockstar North. But anyway, for more, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a video. And like I've said in previous videos, all of these will be in one playlist. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one.